If you want to make $25,000 a month wholesaling real estate, you must try this method. Hey guys, it's Rick again, and today I'm going to teach you a simple method where you can basically eliminate your risk, maximize your wholesaling business with a simple technique called reverse wholesaling. But before I get into it, do me a favor, make sure you smash that like button, hit that subscribe button so other people can find the truth out about wholesaling. So $25K a month, it is 100% doable. I've done this for years, guys. I've been doing this 21 years. It's one of my favorite techniques in wholesaling. Let me break it down. It's two simple parts, reverse wholesaling. So we're just gonna do it in reverse order on how you've learned wholesaling. And there is a good reason for this. Number one, you've got to go out and find your cash buyers first. That's right. You should be doing this anyways. But by finding your cash buyers, you can locate where they're buying, the price points they're buying, and most importantly, what is the level of demand? Meaning, is there urgency to buy in those areas? When you have demand, you have urgency. All you have to do is go out and find a property. So step number one is simply finding your cash buyers. I'll show you how to do that at the end of this video. Step number two is going to go out and do the marketing to find these contracts for your hungry cash buyers. Now, regular wholesaling, we teach you how to go out and find motivated sellers while you're building your cash buyers list. This one we're going to do in the complete opposite order because the reality, guys, is your cash buyers are your customers. So many people think, well, my motivated sellers are your customers. No, that's your product. So you've got to understand the business you're in. So if you don't know where your customers are buying, the price points they're buying at, and the transaction levels, the amount they're doing and the price points they're doing it, you are completely guessing. So if you're brand new to wholesaling, reverse wholesaling is perfect for you because it takes the guesswork out of what you're doing. Yes, you are the middle person, but you're not a licensed real estate agent. You are selling the contract. So let's go out and find out where demand is, and then we're going to match it up using reverse wholesaling by finding our motivated sellers. If you do it in this technique, you can actually take down any deal because even if you're only making $1,000 or $2,000, if you already have a cash buyer lined up, your risk level is almost zero, if not zero. And if you can make $1,000 with little to no money in risk, then it's a good starting point. And sometimes our sellers don't give us quite the price points we're using too. You can use reverse wholesaling as well. Let me explain this in detail to you. Now that you know that our customers are our cash buyers and our motivated sellers are our product, we're going to do reverse wholesaling. But we're going to add another level to this so you guys can make more money. We're going to call it reverse speed wholesaling. That's right, reverse speed wholesaling. And all that means, guys, the reason we put the word speed in there, not because I want you to run around with your head cut off and do stuff recklessly and write contracts. It's actually quite the opposite. By using the word reverse speed wholesaling, number one, I have to have you stop overthinking every deal. The reality is most wholesalers way overcomp their properties. They act like they're realtors. And honestly, if you spend more than 10 minutes comping a property, you're wasting your time. The second part of comping is I honestly don't even comp until I have a motivated seller. What's the point? If I deal with 10 highly qualified leads for a motivated seller, usually one or two are the only ones I'm going to take action with. So why research 10 properties? Or worst case scenario, you guys have hundreds of leads. If you spent 20 minutes on each lead researching it, you're going to lose an entire week of your life. So here's a little trick that we use, reverse speed wholesaling. It basically requires you to stop overthinking, meaning overcomping, and for you to take fast, precise, and quick action. So sum it up again, reverse speed wholesaling. You're going to move quickly. We're not going to overcomp properties. We're going to stop overthinking, and you're going to take a massive and consistent action to find these deals for your cash buyers in the area where you have the highest demand. And why I really love reverse speed wholesaling is it minimizes your risk and maximizes your gain. So you only do deals you know 100% you're going to make money on because your buyers are waiting for these contracts. You just got to go out and find them. Now, don't fret in the beginning. If you make $1,000 or $2,000, I'm proud of you. And I think it's incredible you learn it. But that 1,000 or 2,000, eventually you'll add another zero to it. You'll make 10 to 20 grand on this. And before you know it, it's easy to make 25K just doing the reverse speed wholesaling. And remember, you're going to add it to your regular wholesaling business. And that's why I love it. Now, reverse speed wholesaling, the other technique you can use this for, because we're going to get into the details on how to do this, is when you have a motivated seller, but they're just not coming at the price point that you need them to. If you have built a great relationship with your cash buyers and you know the type of contracts they're looking to buy, you can easily present them a reverse speed wholesaling deal and go, listen, I got a 3-2 over in the Redwoods area. It needs light rehab, about 10 grand worth of work. What do you think you would be in it? And they go, listen, I'd pay 175. That's the max I want to pay for that if it's exactly what you say. Now, say your buyer was already at 175 and your deals walked away. I don't want you to write BS contracts. Trust me. But what if you went back to the buyer and go, listen, what if I could do this quickly? I could close it at 171. Maybe you wind up at 172. And then you go back to your cash buyer and you get just $2,000 more. So maybe the seller settles, he goes, listen, 172, but like you got to get it done, Rick. And then you get your cash buyer, go, listen, I don't want to lose it over 2 grand. I'll take it at 177. Guys, that's 5K by working the reverse speed wholesaling. And all you are is getting a little bit from the seller, a little bit more from the buyer, and you're basically taking that contract, matching it up with a bona fide cash buyer that you know is for real. And that's what takes the most work, setting up the cash buyers. Once you do that 5K, all you have to do is 3 to 4 deals like that, because 5K, in my opinion, is a light amount to do this. And once you get in the habit of doing this, you can actually get those deals that are just on the fence. You just got to find someone to pay a little bit more and find a seller that will just take a slight discount. It happens all the time. Why shouldn't you benefit from reverse speed wholesaling? So let's get in the simple process on how to take down a reverse speed wholesaling transaction. Step number 1, find the cash buyers. This is simple. You guys can use dmzack.com. You can use listrei.com. Go and look where the cash sales are, and you want to break it down and you want to find all the cash sales within the last 3 to 6 months. I don't like to go back further than that because I like to find the most recent update information on the cash buyers. And from that information, you can skip trace that information and reach out and contact these cash buyers. Now, you're actually going to have to make a phone call and you're going to have to vet them. You cannot just text these people. You cannot just send them emails. The secret in reverse wholesaling is having a relationship and having a cash buyer that is bona fide, that is actually set up and ready to go. They are your customers. Treat them like gold. If a wholesaler taught you that cash buyers are a dime a dozen, they're probably not wholesaling anymore. They got away with that for about 6 or 7 years, but listen, how you treat people is how you treat everybody else in your life. Why would you treat cash buyers any differently? I'm not telling you to give the properties away, but like you have to provide a valued service. You have to offer them a discounted contract. Once you find your cash buyer, step 2 is you want to locate the area where they're all gravitating towards. I like to break it down by zip code. Very easy to do. dmzack.com, listrei.com. You can use them all. You can even use ListSource. I teach a technique where you can find out cash buyers. Go over to Flip with Rick to find out more about that. Or go over to freewholesaling.com where we explain this in grave detail. So enough with that. So once we locate where our cash buyers are, we're now pinpointing in step 2 the area. Where's the most demand? And you'll see where they're buying. You'll actually see blocks where they're buying. And that is going to give you a cheat sheet on where you're going to go out and find your product, which is going to be your motivated sellers. And once you have a map where they are, you just have to laser focus and get in those areas. Why? Because if you get in there, if you can find a motivated seller or even a slightly motivated seller, it's going to give you a great shot at doing reverse speed wholesaling on these types of transactions. So now we know who our cash buyers are. We know the areas where they're buying. Step number 3 is going to go out and locate the cash buyers. And guys, this is simple. And this step, you're actually going to pick up the phone and you're just going to call and you're going to talk to them. And you're going to find out the areas they buy in, if they're real cash buyers, and you want to set them up for success. Now, I always want to let them know and find out if they've bought a property via assignment of contract. Why? Because if they've already bought via assignment of contract, they're usually ready to work with wholesalers and they know the game and you don't have to explain it to them. If they've never worked with a wholesaler buying a contract via assignment of contract, I want you to introduce them to your title company and get them comfortable with the process and understand they're probably not going to be ready for at least a month because they're always gun shy until they miss a few deals. And eventually they go, listen, I want to figure out how to work with you as long as it's legal. Let your title company explain it, because a third-party endorsement is much easier to explain than just you and me, because they always think it's sketchy. It's 100% legal. You just have to have a bona fide licensed and insured title company explain it to them. Then they'll come back crawling to you wanting to do the deal once they know it's legit. So once you have your cash sales, you get their phone numbers, you pick up the phone on them, and you just go through and vet them. You want to find out where they're buying, the price points. Do they like rentals? Do they like fix and flips? And basically a combination of cold calling and texting is probably going to work the best, because you need speed. Once you get it set up, remember, they're your customers. Treat them like gold, meaning take their information, use the intel you get from them to strategically form a marketing plan so you can find properties that are in high demand. So when the deals get tight, you can squeeze just a little bit. But when I say squeeze that little bit, I want you to understand you're going to be flipping these contracts to these cash buyers on an average between $5,000 and $20,000. It is just like regular wholesaling. It allows you to throw in a few more transactions each month to get you well on your way to earning $25K a month. Guys, what better scenario when you minimize your risk, maximize your return by getting your cash buyers pre-vetted, pre-approved to buy your contracts. Just pay a little bit more and get your sellers to take a slight little discount, or sometimes don't even take a discount. Guys, listen, when I first did it, I make $1,000, $2,000, and I got well up to 20 to 25 grand on these deals. And I only did home runs in the beginning. My goal with this video is understanding those tight deals. By learning the words I'm teaching you right now, I can teach you how to put any deal together. But listen, even if you make $1,000 or $2,000 and you really didn't take a ton of risk, meaning you already had a cash buyer locked up, they're ready to go, escrow money and deposit, that's an infinite return. And once you learn that skill set, you can just add more and more zeros to it. Why not use reverse wholesaling to add 2 to 3 more transactions to your pipeline a month? You're well on your way to do that $25K a month. Guys, let me ask you this. Are you going to use reverse speed wholesaling to lock up deals with cash buyers and sell your contracts to them for quick cash with little to no risk? Guys, I've been doing this for 21 years. It works well. Not every deal is a home run. In fact, the truth of the matter is a lot of deals are marginal to like bad at best. And if you can work with those marginal deals and implement reverse speed wholesaling, it will change your game in wholesaling. I've been doing this 21 years. A lot of times reverse speed wholesaling saved months and quarters for me because I put tight deals together and I made them work. How did I do it? I worked with great cash buyers and I set them up in advance. So guys, if you want to learn how to do this step by step, replay this video or go over to freewholesaling.com where we give you an entire tutorial on how to do this 100% for free. And guys, if you got value from this video, do me a favor, make sure you smash that like button, hit that subscribe button so other people can learn how to get started in wholesaling and how to actually learn this business without the complications of all these expensive gurus. I want you guys to be successful. Heck, I had to figure it out on my own for 21 years. And guys, I want to give you the cheat sheet on how to make this work. Go over to freewholesaling.com. This is Rick, and I'll see you in the next video. See you guys.